The Ripple CEO called out the SEC for its overreaching crypto regulatory framework that's continued to spread uncertainty across the industry. As such, Brad Garlinghouse still sustains the same argument 1 year after the SEC had sued Ripple. The CEO goes forth to indicate that Ripple and the XRP coin were making progress despite its recent scuffle with the SEC, just as he goes on to hint about the possibility of the company enlisting as an IPO, as well as the prospects of an XRP exchange-traded fund in the US, all of which are expected to take flight once this lawsuit settles. Welcome back to Make Money Online. If you haven't already, consider hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications. We'll be right back after this.
GSX is an unprecedented financial asset that combines the best elements of a traditional investment with the backing of a stablecoin and the use cases of many of the largest decentralized currencies like XRP.
Wednesday, December 22, 2021, made it exactly a year since the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission filed its lawsuit against Ripple Labs. Yet, the commission is still caught up in a ring of dilemma, given its failure to answer critical questions regarding the legal status of Ethereum and the entire cryptocurrency industry, as reported by the Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Fast forward to a year after the events leading up to the court hearing, Brad Garlinghouse has criticized the actions of the SEC for what he and members of the crypto community, as well as members of U.S. Congress, have termed as the SEC's rampage targeted against crypto-related companies. And citing an example with the Ethereum platform, the Ripple chief goes on to state that his fintech company will only be willing to go into a settlement when the SEC has provided the court, and essentially the general public, with absolute certainty regarding the status of his crypto company's native XRP asset, just as they've done with Ethereum. The CEO further gives us an insight into the confidence maintained by his company, which is so robust to the point where he firmly believes that his crypto remittance settlement firm would find a constructive path forward with the SEC. The Ripple executive also mentioned that the general public has seen how much the SEC was out to get the entire crypto industry over time. To buttress his point, Mr. Garlinghouse has pointed out several irregularities with the SEC's mode of handling the crypto industry. Starting with the chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Gary Gensler's aggressive anti-crypto approach, Brad Garlinghouse could deduce that his move against Ripple is in a bid for the SEC to actively expand its oversight of the industry. A regulatory structure has since gotten cryptocurrency companies moving out of the United States. If we look at the events, in this case, we'd see how it has become a classic case of the hunter getting hunted. First, we had the SEC issuing a court order against Ripple, which affected the vechain company's business proceedings immensely. And precisely a year after, where we have a series of events unfolding, we've seen how the SEC had become this center of attention given the commission's shady dealings with partners to the Ethereum blockchain, which was Ripple's #1 rival at the time when XRP was vying for the #2 position. Even as there is no shortage of events on the storyboard and as the events unfold, the SEC has continued to entertain us with newer updates while revealing too many of its distorted crypto regulatory framework. One intriguing aspect about this lawsuit is that the SEC only started to question the Ripple protocol and its native XRP token towards the end of the tenure of the Commission's former SEC chair, John Clayton, and the SEC's former Director of Corporation Finance, William Hinman. The two SEC officials were partners to firms affiliated with Bitcoin and the Ethereum Foundation, respectively. Hence, this lawsuit has not caught the Ripple team by surprise. Instead, it has added an even more confusing notion to the SEC's already misrepresented conversation over whether cryptocurrencies should be regarded as commodities, securities, a digital currency, or some other form of digital asset. Should the XRP coin be deemed a security by the court, that would automatically mean the XRP coin can be listed on the stock market, which is precisely what the Ripple team has been looking forward to having. So, suppose these cryptocurrencies were to be regarded as securities. In that case, they must be approved, registered, and regulated by the SEC, which would require various company disclosures to pull that off. On that note, the Ripple chief asserts that his side has had a great year despite the lawsuit. He highlights that the year 2021 has been quite a bullish one for Ripple as the company has continued to strengthen its international financial service portfolio, while having the XRP coin registering some crucial gains across the crypto industry throughout the year, such as the launch of the XRP-based on-demand liquidity feature, whereas payments from these Ripple ODL corridors accounted for 25% of the dollar volumes across the XRP ledger. Ripple also saw a swift adoption of these ODL services by Ripple's enterprise clients looking to offer a seamless crypto service to their customers, including Japan and the UAE. Considering these factors, the Ripple CEO has made a blunt statement regarding the likelihood of a settlement between his firm and the U.S. financial regulators. He mentions that his firm is in search of a constructive path forward with the SEC. However, the Ripple executive added that the only condition his company might consider going into a settlement agreement with the SEC would be if they provide clarity on what XRP is and how the Ripple coin differs from other cryptocurrencies like the SEC-endorsed Ethereum token. And just recently, the group's chief has taken to Twitter with a long thread to mark the passing of 1 year since the SEC filed its initial lawsuit against Ripple, the co-founder and current executive chair of the company, Chris Larsen, and himself for sales of XRP tokens before registering it as a security. Brad Garlinghouse also noted that despite the time spent on the lawsuit, the SEC is yet to answer specific questions within the emerging asset class that needs clarification. And among these questions is one of crucial importance, which is none other than the legal status of Ethereum, which has received criticism given the SEC's bias towards the coin. As such, the Ripple boss has expressed his dissatisfaction towards the silence portrayed by the SEC under Gary Gensler regarding the regulatory status of the second largest cryptocurrency. Just as he goes on to explain that, ignoring its prior statements, the SEC today won't answer questions about the legal status of Ethereum, much less anything else. Is the agency actually living up to its mission of protecting investors with regulation by enforcement and what Hester Pierce calls strategic ambiguity? With regards to the complexities involved in this lawsuit, Brad Garlinghouse also stated that the move by the SEC was not only targeted towards his side, but the entire crypto industry. Since the aftermath of this lawsuit, termed the cryptocurrency trial of the century, would determine the course of events that seeded the formation of a regulation standard within the US crypto industry. Right now, we've come to the end of the year with the most significant event that is still hampering Ripple's growth rate, which is a lawsuit brought upon the fintech startup by the SEC. This lawsuit, an old case hanging over Ripple for as long as we can remember, poses a severe challenge to a blockchain company. We all know that regulations in the US are burdensome, but worst comes to worst, Ripple would have to relocate its headquarters outside of the US to a location with much less stringent regulatory frameworks. Brad Garlinghouse further referred to Bitcoin and Ethereum's massive energy consumption level, making it even less likely for the Commission to consider listing a Bitcoin exchange-traded fund. That is, if we're to consider the SEC's sustainable climate agenda. However, and just as thought through by the experts, including Mr. Garlinghouse, approval of a Bitcoin ETF means that the Commission would have no issues approving an XRP ETF, when the actual status of the XRP token is determined by the ongoing litigation with the SEC, of course. Thank you for watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and turn on bell notifications. We also have a free Discord group where we share daily signals, and now you can also support us on Patreon. We have a special offer for our first 100 members, only $9.99 for our VIP Discord channels, where we share much more in-depth analysis and even one-on-one sessions. And make sure you check out the GSX competition for your chance to win big. Links are below, and if you have any questions, drop us a comment. And we'll see you next time.